But
Robert, I don't think we can imagine what that felt like. I actually saw this interview on YouTube a couple days ago of a Vietnam vet who came back and then ended up working as a police officer right at the Haight-Ashbury precinct. And he was talking about what it was like to be around those hippies. And man, it did not sound like a walk in the park, man. They had barbed wire fence up 15, 20 feet. It was like they were walking around with guns. And he said it was like I was in Nam trying to deal with these people. So I don't even think we understand how hard it was for you to come back from one war zone to another one where people weren't even acknowledging your service back then. So yeah, I just want to thank you for your service, because having to deal with that is just hard to believe in a world now where at least most people know to thank people for their service, you know?
well, that's why I commend you and me, because we fight back as teachers. You know, we're capitalists and we teach capitalism. And I think that's the way we fight back, because otherwise you have Marxists teaching our kids, you know, like they believe in taxation. And I keep saying to them, America was founded as a tax-free nation called the Boston Tea Party. Remember that?
Yeah.
You have to pay taxes. We're on as a tax-free nation. Marx says a graduated income tax is essential for the spread of communism. I mean, can't they just read that little book? You know, he's in 1930 when what's his name? Columbia University imported those Marxist teachers from Germany. So you look at what's happening right now. Germany, America, and Japan, we're fighting. And Germany is in trouble. Japan's in serious trouble. America's in serious trouble. China's in trouble. You know, Volkswagen just laid off, I don't know how many tens of thousands of people in Germany. And a big problem with Germany, I'm sure you've heard this, but was they went green. They didn't want to go nuclear, so they went green. And the cost of energy went so high in Germany, they can't afford to produce. So this green movement just keeps spreading its nasty tentacles all the way across the world. And it's all done in the name of DEI, you know, diversity, exclusivity, all that stuff. I say it should be DIE, die, or dying.
Peter Thiel took $500,000 and turned it into $1 billion using the exact same techniques we're using inside the investment club. He met a CEO, his name was Zuckerberg. He pitched him the deal and he said, okay, I'll give you $500,000. Mark went public and sold the shares to people like you. Well, what happened to Peter? Well, he exited and got a 2,300x return. The wealthy invest in early stage companies, folks. The public markets are for suckers. It's a rigged game. By the way, this happens in crypto as well. It's called pre-sale tokens. This is Solana. Does anybody know this chain? They sold pre-sale tokens for 4 cents. And you can see the date on there, April 5th, 2018. Look at Solana today, folks. That thing's up over 1,000x. The media and Wall Street and all these hype people get you to buy the top. Meanwhile, they put their clients in at the bottom and they use you for liquidity to make their clients rich. You can play this same game. You just have to have the financial education and the deal flow. That's it.
Yeah, it's just another mind virus they kind of use to control that has no base in reality. And Robert, here in the UK, it's just getting worse. You know, we've got a Labour government that are increasing the taxes on foreign nationals that were here. They all bugged out a couple months ago because the UK was trying to tax their assets overseas. So people that have lived here 20, 30 years, you know, wealthy people that invest, you know, entrepreneurs are leaving en masse. They're going to a place like Dubai where the taxes are zero, where they have all these upsides like safety. And, you know, I know a woman in Dubai who spends time there and here, and she says, you know, Brian, I wouldn't mind paying 30, 40% tax if I showed up to London and it was safe. There was a police force. There was healthcare. It was clean, but you don't even get that. And then you go to a place like Dubai with zero tax, and it is, I think, literally the safest city in the world. There is no graffiti. There's no homelessness. It's just there to actually help you be an entrepreneur. And I look at the UK and Europe, and I don't know how they're going to reverse it, you know. And the discussions here are crazy. There's a guy here who I think used to be a trader named Gary. He has a show called Gary's Economics, and he just keeps preaching that we got to tax the rich, and that's the only way to save the people here. and no one's taking any ownership. And it just feels like Marxism is back and alive, and the UK is running out of talent, and it's just gonna end poorly, Robert. I'm sure you see some of that from overseas, not to mention the fact that people get arrested for Facebook posts. So it's kind of sad days here.
No, and I was just in Japan. That was just tragic, because they're hardworking, but they save money, and they save
Right.
and when they should be investing. They're savers. And then my first gold mine was in China, and I took it public on the Toronto Stock Exchange. And as soon as we struck gold, the Chinese nationalized it.
Yeah.
So I found out what the word country risk means. So you don't do business in countries that don't respect the rule of law, and that's China. I'm not thinking the Chinese people, but you've got to be more, I think, global. Who respects the law, who doesn't? And this was the worst thing about it. It was when they took my gold mine in China, it was in Dalian, China. And the guys called me up, secretly, said, for $1 million, you'll get your mine back. And I thought about it, Brian, I thought about it because it was a big, big mine. But then I realized, if I do that once, when does it end? When does the paying end,
Yeah.
I said, I'll just eat it now. Walked away.
Wow.
Hey, I know investing in crypto is scary. It takes a real leap of faith because there are so many scams, rug pulls, and bad actors out there. It's a dangerous business, which is why 95% of people lose all their money. Well, that's why I created the London Real Investment Club, so you can access the hottest deals on the planet and use the crypto bull market to create the generational wealth that you deserve. Join my team of over 100 people from around the world that are making millions of dollars behind the scenes investing in blockchain, AI, Web3 games, DeFi, Bitcoin, and more. Don't miss out. Click the link below to book a call with one of my team now. But hurry, this bull market will end soon.
I know investing crypto can be scary. That's why you gotta join the investment club. Pull the trigger. Let's do this.